And you can see up at the top, it's recording. They're going to get an email, and I'll show you right now what the video. She doesn't understand. Yep, I do have their email addresses. Yes. So this was my YouTube channel that I use to upload all my videos. So if I go to contacts and I go all the way to the bottom, on the next page. So I made these videos. So how to access your online ESL class. And it's the video's me showing them how to log in. Let me show you. So there's no issue. I says I won't get tested unless you're positive. So this was the video I made. Because I don't want to hear my voice. But I start from the home screen. I show them, you click on Burlington English. And oh, there is in the email that students will get, which is, let me pull that up. Yep, and it's going to be coming from me. Here is the draft. I haven't sent it yet. I was actually beginning it today. So the email looks like this. I will be erasing this part. So it will say like, today, I want you to download Burlington English, and it gives them the links. And then here, I will include the video link. So I'll actually save that. Yeah. And then down here, for the placement test, I have a movable image that shows how to access that as well. I might actually change this from a video to a movable image so that the students automatically get it like right away, which I'll create right after this training session. And they take it shows them their username, their password, tells them to take the placement test, and then it tells them to email me and Laura when they finished, and then we will assign the teacher, and then by that point, I will let you know who's in your classes, and you will do the follow-up email, like, hi, this is Carlene. Yes. Yep. So after this first email, they will take the test. We will create the classes, and we'll email you guys directly. And then we'll give you their email addresses, and then you will make the next contact. So the first contact is just from me. Just this is how you get started. Let's get you taking the test and place you. And then after they take the test and we get their information, probably sometime next week, hopefully. I know Laura's going to be busy emailing them and telling them to get the lead out. But we'll have a, not quite like this, but another form where you'll have email addresses, their usernames, and their passwords, um, which probably will be a form. It's going to look similar to the attendance form we had previously. So, for example, I could show you what the summer attendance looked like. Which one's here? So when we did summer attendance, yep, there it is. This is kind of what it looked like. And you'll probably get a second sheet with their username and passwords and emails. So over the summer, me and Laura were playing with different ways to do this. For example, during the summer, what I did was I sent the students emails every day, which I did not write each individual one. I did a mail merge. So, for example, I click here. This was just my personal thing is I bought an add-on for Google Sheets. I'm not telling you to buy anything. This was just for my sanity. Let me show you. So it was called Mail Merge. And like here, you could see all these students open the emails. These are the students that clicked on the links in the emails. And the ones where it says mail sent, those students never opened their emails at all. I was considering this over the summer. Yeah, and we could see here that some did not. I think I'll have to. I'm thinking of a few programs that can do that, and I'll have to look at it after. One very popular one is called Mailchimp, and in a way, yes, but to send messages directly to their phone, Burlington does not have that. That's actually something I could send them a message and say, "Hey, can we do that?" Um, mhm. One thing I saw during a Burlington webinar, one teacher mentioned using WhatsApp and creating a group chat in WhatsApp just for the students, and you send them messages. I did not do that just because I went with the email option. Um, that might be something I might do actually. Um, I'd have to figure out how, because I know pretty much all of our students use WhatsApp in one or some similar messaging app. Another option is we are beginning to look at using Facebook for, like, we're going to create an official web page, Facebook page. If our students have Facebook, you could also create a Facebook group where they would automatically get notifications if they just set it up correctly, if they join your group. Of course, that comes up with the other issue of then they know your Facebook profile. Oh, I know. Um, so there's the enough. So what I'll do after the meeting is I'll kind of like that video I just showed you for the students. I'll create one for us because because I could see how this could be useful even in the future. But actually, I don't know why I stopped presenting. Let me go back to that. So once you set it up on Zoom and in Burlington, it's pretty much it runs itself after that. And the cool thing is, if the students are using, so for example, if I click here, actually after the lesson, once the lesson finishes, it will actually show me the attendance. Like, okay, 4 people went on to Burlington and clicked the link, and it'll actually tell you their names. Which actually, I can actually show you that because here we go. So here it shows me that Angela, Clotilde, Elvira, Maria. It's in the same virtual class scheduler. So I just went back to my actual classes I taught, which was in June. And after the lesson, you'll see a number. And I click on the lesson and it'll show me the attendance. These are the students who access the lesson through Burlington. Now, it doesn't work if the students, bookmark the link and join it every day that way. They have to actually go in to actually get it to work. But mhm. So one good thing about Burlington that me and Lisa actually talked to earlier today is that the lessons are kind of built in a way where as long as you have that background knowledge in your head about grammar and language, you can jump into any lesson. with almost no prep and be able to take off on it. So, for example, you click on talking to neighbors. Um, so, um, so one thing we noticed, what I noticed over the summer was for my low class, the Burlington took up the whole time. I was able to go from the beginning straight to the end, and um, pretty much rarely ever finished early. In my, it was about an hour and 20 minutes, and but the higher level class we went through a lot faster. So, um, what I what I was talking about earlier was I would tend to start my class with talking about the news. We would go to different websites and read what we saw. Um, Students will give their opinions on what they read. And I also use the worksheets, which the expansion worksheets look like this. It's pretty much rehashing the exact same thing you saw in the lesson, just slightly different. For your lowest level students, this is great because it's just further practice. For higher level students, they might get bored with it and go very quickly. So when I was using Burlington over the summer, what I found for myself was for the lowest level classes, this is great because it's pretty much all contained. It allows you to use it the whole period. You can go into the lesson planner and look at the lesson plans, which here is the lesson plan for that same lesson, talking to neighbors. And it gives you the vocabulary and the vocabulary broken down by where it comes in. And it gives you some ideas of how to do it, like a whole class activity, some other expansion activities here. And I personally, the way I did it over the summer was if I saw a lesson and we were talking about grammar, I would pull up the whiteboard, which now I can actually show you. So here is Zoom. Right now it's completely black because it's so you can share screen, and this is a lot different than Google Meet. There's a lot of stuff here. So the first thing is the whiteboard. So if I click share, the students will see this whiteboard that I could use my mouse, or I have a touch screen computer and I could write. So I could be like, I could, stop, and then I change the color to red to show a difference. Unfortunately, Google Meet does not have this. I thought they did though. Must have missed it somehow. You have all these different kinds of drawing tools. If you want to type, you can choose to text. So Sarah stopped at the store. And I would use this to explain things or do vocabulary schemas or to give a little interesting information, depending on what was being talked about in the lesson. And I believe with Zoom, the students are actually able to interact with this whiteboard as well. So they can, let me see if I can join on my phone. It's a lot. So let me join this. Yep. Actually, it's even, let me exit this share. So I have my phone and I connected it to Zoom. So you could see, here I am. So what I can do from my phone now is I could share and I could share my screen. And in a few seconds, you should see my phone. And there's my phone. So this is how I would show the students how to use Burlington. I'd click on the app. I'd type in my username, May student 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hit login, away from school. And this is actually what the phone version of Burlington looks like. So it actually does look very different from what it looked like on the computer. So the students will see all this. Here's their placement test. And that's how I did that. Mm-hmm. So what I did is, let me, this looks funny. So on Zoom, so here's the actual Zoom app. You could see my Meriden information here. So I signed into the Zoom app on my computer with my Meriden email address. And then on my phone, I did the same thing. So the lessons that I scheduled show up in both locations, which allow me to join. So it looks like there's 2 of me in the class. And then, nope, I don't want to start. Yeah, it's kind of, yep. So, K through 12 is required to use all Google apps. But because we're adult ed, we don't have that rule. So if there's a different app that you use and you're more comfortable, if you are allowed to use that. So like I'm just showing why I preferred Zoom. So I could show you some other examples of sharing. So the first thing here in the basic, you see the phone iPad. So that just allows me to choose the share from my computer from my phone. Then you could see all my different tabs and my screen. And then up at the top, you see advanced. Now, if I had a document camera like I do at school, I could actually connect it to the document camera. And then you have files. So I can go into Google Drive. So I don't, well, in, so with Google Meet, let me go here. So I'm going to connect this to Zoom. I've actually never used the share document thing yet. I'm actually very curious how it looks. But so with Google Meet, you can only share a browser or your screen. But if you do have your document camera set up to be on your computer, like my computer at work at Platt, I have my document camera connected to my smartboard and to my computer. So I could do that on my computer because it's already connected. Okay. Yeah, so again, you have the choice. I do know with Google Meet, if they do not have a Meriden email address, and if you're doing adult ed, you probably already know this, you have to accept each individual student into the class. But if you do it, actually, I don't know if Google Meet is allowed. I've never used Google Meet on my private account. So here, you could see, let me choose, I'll do Crash Course Video Quiz because it's right there. So I click that. I'm gonna share screen. Oh, let me go back because I just want to see how this looks. Master schedule, I'll use that. Share screen. Open Zoom meetings. And in Zoom, it's sharing this file. So the students can see, yep. So this is what the students see. They see the file. And I could actually annotate. If I click here, annotate, and draw. So I could say like, okay, it looks like Amanda's doing this. Oh, it's not letting me annotate so easily. There is, now we can talk about the problems with Google, with Zoom. It's buggy. There were many times over the summer it drove me crazy. I mean, it'd be remiss of me to not acknowledge that it was buggy. So one of the things you can do is, so I'm going to end this Zoom. I'm going to end the meeting for all. And when I click that, it kicks everyone out of the class.